superstars, the Chinese powerhouses. It's a Chinese derby between ViCi and TYLOO here in the playoffs, in the semi-finals of the ESL 1 Road to Rio, looking for a place in the grand final against Tiger. Let's get into Inferno, the first map in the series, and TYLOO's map choice.
CT side start for ViCi. Should be well and truly in their comfort zone. Solo over towards Banana for Orman, who doesn't have any armor. He's going to be swarmed by these TYLOO players. No. Thought that they were going to try and hit that timing, but it is just the two sets of utility for TYLOO. Surely going for this beak side execute, full reset, retake setup for ViCi.
Orman's in a very strong position here, and we'll just try to tap away. Nothing found. It's actually going to be a push into CT, so the big wrap through con starting to come through slowly, leading the charge. But Orman manages to find two from that position. That is huge now, and that's the man advantage for the retake for ViCi.
Always going to be massive, but retaking the B bomb side on Inferno is notoriously difficult. And there's only one piece of utility, really, the flash and the incendiary for Advent. He's going to chuck those on in. Somebody gets cleaned up, but Jam Young, at the very least, does get traded on down. Zoking continues his good form from the group stages as he manages to get another entry for ViCi. And on to the defuse he goes. They don't have time now either way. Or is there a kit somewhere? I'm not sure. Looks like he's just gotten it in time, Kaze. But that was certainly getting down to the wire.
Yeah, tackle was on for the ace and almost pulled that one back from the claws of defeat. But it is going to be ViCi on a successful retake. However, we head into the second. It is Inferno of all places. Bomb plant money is there, and I would not be surprised if we see a force buy coming through in the second.
Yeah, certainly would be rather TYLOO-esque to do that. Kaze just gets this kill in time.
Kaze a master with the P2K, but as you can see there, 3 AKs have all been brought up now. Somebody and Summer, both just on the Deagles, no armor, but that means that there is a huge amount of utility for TYLOO to play with. Firepower certainly favouring them at this point as well. ViCi not going too aggressive, did throw a nice deep Molotov as well as a smoke to take Banana control, but they've given it and are just leaving Advent solo with UMP, but now it's a faster bust mid-round, up mid, Zoking can't do a thing, and the AK starting to have some impact.
Oh, you talked a little bit out slowly to me, and he's definitely showing up at the moment for TYLOO. A nice double kill. And ViCi are just all over the place right now. They're thinking, what is going on? And is this the start of a crazy, crazy TYLOO victory? Who really knows at this point? It's too early to say. Orman will trade down attacker, but he's got plenty more to do. Needs to get this kill on the Dan King, which will give him an AK. And maybe there's a chance now in this round. 1 on 2. Bomb's not yet planted.
He almost found the bomb in transition there on somebody, but it's been very quiet. Bomb plant will be heard, however, and Orman, now he does have this upgrade of the AK, and both the remaining Ts, no body armor. There's potential for aim punch and a huge chance at this 1v2.
Doesn't look like he's got a kit though, Mac. And it's also looking like he probably doesn't have a head left either. Summer's hit him with a headshot and a body shot to finish him off. 1 round apiece, and TYLOO pick up the force buy. That is a deadly spiral that ViCi will want to stop before it really gets going.
Into the third, again, TYLOO will have a superior buy, but this time everyone with the body armor, everyone with utility as well. And expecting ViCi not to have too much in terms of the defense. We do see 3 SMGs purchased, 2 of which are Mac 10s. And it looks like TYLOO are hunting for some early aggression towards Banana. Nade stack. Zoking down to 35. That's 3 damage found, although he might get some revenge here. To throw at Jam Young, holding as long as he can there, just with the Deagle.
Look at the damage, Mac. The HE nades have done so much. And ViCi's actually totally booking it out of the B bomb site. They're gambling. They're recognizing that TYLOO doesn't want to hit the B site anymore. And that's a masterstroke from ViCi. There may be another twist and another turn to this series before we really get into a restored equilibrium.
Round's definitely been traded. ViCi with this man advantage, they still don't quite have the real advantage in terms of firepower. TYLOO, they are just going to go in pairs here, look to trade out. Summer and Dan King, shoulder to shoulder as they start to throw some utility. 50 seconds. We'll bait out a counter smoke coming from Advent there in CT. Zoking starting to edge back towards that B side as well. The 3 remaining ViCi players are all there at A. And in a decent crossfire, although Jam Young had to get some information, and he is going to be punished extremely hard for that one. But now in comes the push. All 4 TYLOO players making their way out onto the balcony. Orman, though, in a strong position, gets control of apartments. Mac-10 in hand. Decent amount of ammunition still to play with, but that bomb plant will be secured.
Definitely workable here for ViCi now that Orman's got that headshot onto Dan King. But Summer, he's locked down mid, and somehow Orman might be about to get an ace with a Mac-10. Summer's low on HP.
Oh!
Surely Orman wins this, but no! Summer just gets it over the line. Oh, dearie me, that would have been a fantastic round from Orman. And in fact, it pretty much was. He got 4 kills with a Mac-10, let's be real. But in the end, Summer just gets it over the line for TYLOO.
Unfortunately for Orman, no one else on his team did manage to snag a frag. And into the 4th we go. TYLOO holds on to that lead just barely. But it was a very costly round again. 4 players all falling.
Nope.
Oh, well, Orman caught napping. Somehow Attacker has snuck his way straight through CT. Maybe not spotted, and maybe just a bit of miscommunication, slipping through the cracks. But there it is, TYLOO, another round destroyed there. ViCi, just nothing in the tank. I just had a bit of PTSD, thought I still had a hat on my head.
Yeah.
Reached up for it. Oh, a cone, sorry.
Cone of shame.
Cone boy.
Yep.
ViCi posturing to play for the retake. TYLOO straight up banana now. And with this control, it looks like they're just going to continue on forward. Summer starting to throw some utility, trying to sell a fake, trying to make it look like they're going for this bracket control. But ViCi, because they're not pushed up, at Diggity or at Archers, nothing will be found. An attacker, somebody, both just dry through the smoke. That was a huge mistake.
He's still hanging on to the M4A1S. He's been using it pretty well so far, to be fair, but eventually gets traded on down by Jam Young. And ViCi regain control of this CT side, assuming they can get through this round without losing maybe more than one more player, and that is crisp from Orman. You know, we were talking about this in the pre-show and saying, look, maybe there's a world here where ViCi just takes their foot off the pedal a little bit, slows down up against TYLOO. And look, in fairness, they haven't been amazing just yet. They've lost the anti-eco. All that aside, I got to say, it does seem like the individuals themselves are still kind of keeping it together. You know, we've seen a great round from Orman. We've seen, well, actually a couple of great rounds from Orman. Zoking's been sharp so far. Jam Young's been sharp so far. So really, I guess all that we're waiting to see now is whether or not Kaze is going to have a good day with the AWP. And at that point, we can say, look, ViCi is performing admirably in this semi-final.
As we head into the 6th, ViCi look to tie it all up, but TYLOO have something to say about it themselves. They're going to go for the force buy, which is a bit all over the place. 3 AKs and a couple of Deagles to play with. Good utility to at least get this map control. That being said, ViCi have been super respectful so far, not going for that bracket control, just playing back towards site and looking to make sure they're not going to be demolished by any early aggression from TYLOO. Edging forward. TYLOO invests some utility, making a whole bunch of noise here at the top of mid, but now it is somebody solo with the bomb over towards Banana. Not sure if the rest of the troops will rotate here. Looks like that will be the call. Some utility being lined up to fake the A hit as we hit the 40-second mark.
Well, there's a few rifles for TYLOO to play with, but only one smoke, and you have to imagine that's going to go into CT spawn. Does get thrown across, but Orman and Advent are going to have way too easy of a time of holding on to the bomb site. They're not really flashed out. Excellent flashes go on to TYLOO. They're both stuck looking at the wall as Orman swings around the corner and Kaze gets him through the smoke with a spam. That's a really solid round from ViCi, and I see you shaking your head, Pilly, a little bit. Didn't look too good from TYLOO, did it?
I'm not really shaking my head at TYLOO. I'm shaking my head in disbelief at how godly Orman is looking at the moment, especially with the A1S. This man is absolutely on fire right now.
You love to see it. I'm a big A1S fan, and I'm glad it's back.
Well, you did question his performance leading into this matchup, saying that he can be consistent or inconsistent depending on the day, and it seems like you found your answer. He is here to play.
Yeah, well, let's see him do it next map then.
Never,
the ultimatum.
Never pleased.
Is that Kev?
He could never be good enough. Sun will always disappoint.
Reaching for the stars. And reaching for the A site now as TYLOO start to structure themselves, getting ready to go for a wrap, but there is 4 men from ViCi who stand in their way, one of which is destroyed already. Bye-bye, Zoking.
Yep, that's a nice pickup. Oh! See ya, Kaze. How many more are we going to see disappear? Jamyoung's fallen down as well, but it's still the Tech 9 of Attacker. That round has really just disappeared, hasn't it?
It's pretty interesting that actually Slowly's the one to hero AK of all people. One of the players that I associate with being like that reserved anchor player, watching some of his games on eHome, sort of locking things down, has just embraced the essence of TYLOO, really. Get in there and pop some heads, get the job done.
Get a bit dirty.
He's learning. He's learning, this man.
You know, that's quite a lot of pressure, I guess. Maybe not the right word that I'm looking for, but to put on a player like Slowly, who's only just come into this TYLOO roster. Maybe respect, even.
I mean, he's chosen to buy that hero AK. He's clearly the one who's saying,
right,
I'm taking this round into my hands.
You know, the argument there would be like, okay, he's chosen to buy the hero AK, but you got Summer and Attacker on your team and somebody. Surely one of them is saying, hey, give me that.
Well,
I can do it.
There's only one man from TYLOO who's topping the stats this tournament. And it's not any of those blokes.
That's true.
It's the new blood.
Well, Orman caught sleeping in apartments there as he went back towards the bomb after the pick, and unfortunately for him, that bomb explosion radius was a little bit too much, so that's one less weapon the ViCi carry over as we do head into the 8th round. But TYLOO still just barely holding on to the lead.
It's incredible. This game is already so back and forth. You don't see this too often on Inferno, that's for sure. Usually you'll see those creaky rounds, someone's money gets broken, then the T's go, oh, wow, let me see if I can buy some deagles and get something done.
Yeah, and it's just crazy, crazy plays on both sides as well. It's not like these rounds are necessarily being thrown or anything like that. It's just that ViCi...
We don't say that word. We do not use that word.
But ViCi's playing well. They're having big, big rounds, and so is TYLOO. They're kind of walking out here and finding picks. So I kind of want to put it down to individuals just having good moments.
I believe the correct terminology is incorrectly played.
True.
Unfortunate error.
Unfortunate errors.
Okay. Well, Kaze is soloing B right now, and TYLOO's going to do a carpet explode into an A stack. This can't go well, surely, Jordan.
You know, Pilly, I feel like my expectations have been subverted, so I'm not really prepared to say yes or no to that statement. It just as easily could go well for TYLOO. If they just walk out onto that A-bomb side and hit a few heads, just like the last round. Smokes are starting to get thrown on in. Decent timing on the utility, though. That incendiary into carpets from Jamyoung is going to keep TYLOO at bay a little longer. And close. In front of the flashes is Advent. A 1-for-1 over at brackets as Zoking goes down. But Jamyoung is just fully flashed. He's been spotted by Attacker and chased on down. Attacker 2 kills on the entry. And ViCi just unable to hold the bomb site long enough. 13 seconds left on the clock as TYLOO get that bomb plant down. And Kaze comes scurrying across from B, only to decide, you know what, not interested anymore. Let's give TYLOO their 5th.
Jamyoung just getting completely Goomba stomped straight out of the round, and then there was nothing there, nothing in the tank for ViCi to go for the retake. They know that their economy is at breaking point now. They need to save these weapons to have any hope in the next, but look, they don't have that round loss bonus worked up, so they won't be able to buy around it.
Man, this tournament, name a more iconic duo. Attacker going into a bomb site and the rest of the
Double
CT
kill.
saving. It's incredible. This man's on fire. You saw it yesterday when D13 were up 12-3. Then TYLOO went onto their T side of train, and Attacker was just like a, I don't know, like a bloodhound or something. He's just running out onto the sites, killing everyone.
He was true to his name, wasn't he? Can't call yourself attacker without being a little bit overeager for some frags every now and then.
Look at him. Look at it. Even in his picture, he looks pissed off.
He does.
He's not happy. He
Well,
won't
I'd
be
say
happy until all the CTs are dead.
He's
And
probably not
TYLOO's
happy.
#1.
Why would you be happy right now as TYLOO? You came second in your group. You have to go against ViCi in the playoffs.
Such a weird system, though, isn't it?
Well, they did it to
That
themselves.
head-to-head. Well, I'd say so far, I mean, TYLOO, they've had some nice plays towards the A site, but it's almost like the strategy is sort of avoid Orman at the moment. And it's working pretty well, I'd say.
Look at this timing though, Dan King. Here's the retreat from ViCi there over towards Dig, and straight away he is hot on the heels, pushing forward. But the rest of the boys now making a whole lot of noise at Banana. Is it enough to distract? There's the entry onto Zoking. Gets a bit too ambitious with the aggression there. Jamyoung, Deagle, he's so good with this weapon, and again...
It's a USP!
It's a USB looking like a Deagle, just tapping heads left, right, and center, and Kaze has some impact with the AWP.
The important news is that ViCi have not rotated off this B site. They still have a couple of players there. Advent spotted through the smoke, but Orman, he's been so good. Not this time, however, as Summer will defeat him in that aim battle. And ViCi will have to save. There was almost a moment of excitement there for ViCi, but not quite this time.
Jamyoung, you try to handicap him. Oh, he's only got a USP. What can he really do?
I thought he had a Deagle.
Famous last words.
He fooled me.
Ridiculous.
It might as well have been a Deagle, to be fair.
Yeah.
The damage he did with each shot was about what you would do with a Deagle body shot, except they were all headshots from the USP.
Well, let's see if the CTs will successfully save again. It's 2 weapons looking to be carried across, and Kaze still with his hands on the AWP, which, look, only 1 bullet was shot in this round, and that did eventuate into a kill for him. But now that's 6 T rounds on the board already for TYLOO. If ViCi don't get a wriggle on, then TYLOO will start to run away with it.
They're putting in a good effort here on the T side. Definitely can't take that away from them. 6-3. ViCi, they've had their moments, right? But let's be real, this is starting to slip away from them a little bit.
Yeah, you're getting some of those Extremes Land vibes, Billy.
Unbelievable, isn't it? 17-6 for Orman. What more can he really do?
You know, I honestly feel like I've seen that scoreline quite a few times watching the Road to Rio Asia so far. And it's just across the board. Every single team seems to have someone that is really way out in front, and everyone else is kind of lagging behind. Not sure what it is about this tournament. Anyway, ViCi have got themselves another buy through here. Kaze with the AWP has been pretty quiet, actually, in this match so far.
Let's see if he can go loud this round. TYLOO again just going up at mid, the flash enabling, but not blinding those CTs. Great counter utility just to force TYLOO back again. But all it cost was a flash, and now they've baited out a smoke, a molly. Some more utility, crossfire there, the trade comes through. Jamyoung, strong position, another head found, and Kaze needs some more! Finds it through the edge of the smoke as it's back to the 2v4.
Bang!
Oh.
There goes another one.
The
Kaze,
repeat.
he's hurt us.
There's no respect. Now it's all on somebody against Advent over here towards B. Advent just playing the smoke for now.
I reckon at this point,
1v4.
you just start smoke bamming coils, because there's basically been Orman sitting there the whole time. Advent obviously this time, but that's where Orman has been finding so many of his kills from. Why not just give it a crack?
I mean, Advent's kind of all alone on an island here, boys. Like, let's say somebody, he walks into B, in about 2 seconds, he's going to take Advent's head off. This is a nice line for the CT.
Oh, I was going to say, surely he's seen him there, but he hasn't, and Advent wins the aim duel. But I could have seen it happening, Pilski.
His crosshair placement was good.
Yep.
Even saying that, though, you did see Kaze start to rotate through Speedway at the perfect time.
Speaking of Kaze, we did just question his performance so far, and then he absolutely dominated there at bracket and pretty much won the round from ViCi, just not allowing TYLOO any map control at all.
I'll give Jeremy Young a bit of credit. He did get 2 kills as well, though.
Of course, of course.
Well, TYLOO's kind of out of money here. They dropped this one here, and ViCi, they're going to be evening up that round score following a subsequent anti-eco. This game just keeps delivering.
No one quite sending it just yet. TYLOO with the mixed bag of rifles there. Now, I've been casting with Kev all week. What are your thoughts on the Galil? Because Kev hates it.
Oh, Galil's garbage.
Didn't they buff it just recently?
Yeah, by making it cheaper, not better at shooting anybody. They're just, it's like, hey, let me discount this garbage. Here, reach into the bargain bin, boys. It's only $1,800 or whatever now. Surely it can't be that bad, right? Wrong.
Wrong.
Still sucks.
Wow. Why you got to do them out like that?
Watch somebody get a 4K.
Oh,
The nades.
watch the HE nades get a 4K in this round, mate. It's almost done it. And that's a lot of damage against fully armored opponents as well. Now, well, TYLOO, they're going to have to make do with what they've got. Smoke goes in from ViCi at the perfect time over here on B. Advent's boosted up. Orman's there. There is no counter utility left at all, though, for ViCi. So if they do lose control of the site, I mean, barring Zoking and Kaze, now nothing. Gonna have a tough time of retaking it, that's for sure.
Slowly making a bit of noise here, just drawing and holding these rotations off. And now it's going to be the 4v2 with B. Orman and Advent, double A. Like the batteries, powering up at the perfect moment. Bomb goes down and ViCi go up one more round.
It's just too easy, isn't it? When they're that low, you're spamming through the smoke, you can't really go wrong. 6-5, ViCi seem to have found their footing a little bit here, and they've now reset TYLOO.
The HE nades, the spam, it all comes together for ViCi. A beautiful round. A stroke of genius.
Party Popper's out for Bob?
I don't know if you read the text, Jordan, but I feel like you completely misread the situation.
Yeah, I've basically brought a Party Popper to his funeral, haven't I?
You completely misread the vibes. This is why we don't invite you over anymore, Jordan.
No, he's angry at me!
Maybe he's getting excited. Maybe he thought it was party time.
What the bloody hell is going on?
I'm surprised that the chickens just don't have their cones on for Pilly's birthday today. Well,
Yeah.
Look out, Jordan. He's not clucking around.
Oh my god. Yeah, okay. All right, let's just settle this one down, boys.
Ah, well. TYLOO on just some little pistol-y boys have had nothing going for them this round. Summer's here with full banana control. Just looking to curb anything back in his favour, but nothing will come through, and it looks like ViCi should be securing the tie here. There it is. Kaze posted perfectly. We'll net another and even up the odds.
Look at all that money. That's exactly what you want to see on the CT side. ViCi, they should have enough cash to buy out the rest of the half, so TYLOO going to take attack pause. Look, it's not just this round. They need to get through against 2 or 3 gun rounds towards the tail end of this half if they want to be able to try to keep it to, an 8-7 half or something along those lines. Which, let's be real, wouldn't be too bad of a showing here on T side of Inferno.
Speaking of showing, can I have a show of hands who's received a cake for their birthday via Uber Eats before? Pilly has his hand up.
Just one of us.
Today.
Crazy.
I got dinner delivered to me as well. I think I have a secret admirer out there somewhere.
Yeah?
It was me.
Thanks, Mac.
At Pilski Casts. Wish him a happy birthday on Twitter.
Thank you, thank you.
This is the best birthday present I could ever ask for. Just a banger of a game. You love to see it.
It is really backwards and forwards, and that's what we wanted from a game between TYLOO and ViCi. I came into this with my expectations that ViCi would run away with it, but I'm glad to see that TYLOO's putting up a solid fight right now.
Look at Dan King. He hasn't even seen anybody yet. He's on 8 HP.
Look at Zoking, man! Oh, somebody's ready for it. He's seen Zoking taking leaf out of his own strat book, and he knows exactly how to counter it.
What would I do? Ready.
Yes, I would run down mid.
Well, there can only be one king of Inferno, and for now it is Dan King. An advantage for TYLOO. Making some noise there at B, but again, Advent just going to be playing on his own Orman. You can see that ViCi, they are going to hedge their bets and commit to the 3-man setup at A. To make the read here against TYLOO. Oh, that last smoke has been used very early there for being the solo B-site player.
Well, I don't think TYLOO really cares. They're moving over towards this A side of the map. There is 3 players with a hell of a lot of utility here. Definitely a one-way ready for Jam Young. He's actually just going to use it towards carpets here. Kaze's got still a Molotov to be dropping. And TYLOO, they are really running down the clock here. They'll be running into a crossfire between Orman and Jam Young. Here comes the carpets pop.
Well, Jam Young's certainly prepared for it, and I don't think he's going to let TYLOO out at all. That's 3 kills for Jam Young, and while Kaze has fallen, that is just a beautiful round indeed from the young member of the ViCi Gaming squad. So good, and that's why he's in the Chinese Dream Team, Pilski. That is exactly why.
Could I change mine?
Always going back to it.
It's the one thing that I've gotten right over Pilski when it comes to Counter-Strike, so I've got to hang on to it.
So you're owning it.
I'm owning it.
Of course.
In fairness, I did also put Dan King in my roster, and I'm sort of thinking, you know what, maybe I'm not sold on that anymore.
Well, if we're talking about underperformances at the moment, somebody, we're used to seeing him pop off, but right now having a lackluster start here on Inferno. Only 2 rounds remain in the half now, and Kaze, very aggressive, misses the opportunity. Misses the shot as well.
Yeah, a bit of a roughie here for TYLOO. They're just taking a save to make sure that they get a good buy through in the final round of the half. They'll look for 7 on the T side, which you've already alluded to, would not be too bad at all. And to be honest, even 6 is workable. But my concern is that I think ViCi has now sort of worked their way into this matchup pretty comfortably and might start to run away with things in the second half if TYLOO can't continue to keep ViCi honest.
We did mention that we needed to see ViCi start to fire up if they wanted the opportunity, and that's exactly what they've done. They closed that gap, now they've got the lead, and it looks like it's just going to be stretched out. Again, TYLOO, they needed to save here to buy up into the final round and have a chance at a 7th maybe, but it's looking very likely that an 8th will be secured here by ViCi. Kaze not missing a single shot with that op himself. Zoking with the triple, and an easy anti-eco for ViCi.
Last round of the half for TYLOO to try to make it an 8-7 rather than what would be an incredible turnaround. I can't remember what the score was. I think it was 6-3 that TYLOO was up at one point. Very quickly has turned around. What's the go from TYLOO? Dan King's finally got his hands on an AWP. Whole bunch of utilities. So TYLOO's got options here. Kaze looking to take those options away.
Ooh.
Good shoulder peek from Summer just to throw that shot off. And he's going to get across safely towards apartments. And again, it looks like TYLOO are sizing up, heading towards Jam Young.
Not a good idea, in my opinion.
It hasn't gone well. I mean, he's been hot. He's been definitely.
You could say that.
Look, I'll give it one thing for TYLOO. Whoever's AK that is getting a lot of stat tracks from Jam Young. Does it work like that?
No, I don't think you can put stats on someone else's weapon.
No, you can't.
Unfortunate.
So there's no silver lining then. Just don't go to Jam Young's side.
They're about to do it again. And he is kind of alone all on an island. Look, all it's going to take really is one decent shot from one of these TYLOO blokes, and if they're able to deal with Jam Young, there's potential there. Taking bracket with 40 seconds to go, the time is really ticking away here.
I mean, I guess the thing is, right, you either go to Jam Young or you go to Orman. Either way, you're cooked.
Somebody throwing a Molotov towards Coil there.
Orman's 20-7. You know, can't get much easier, I guess, for ViCi at this point. Zoking falls, and so it is indeed Jam Young solo. But you've got to have faith in the man. He hits a good shot onto Slowly. Attacker goes one better, though, and trades him on down. It's 2-on-3 here, and TYLOO might well find their 7th.
That hero for ViCi right now is Orman. He's still alive and fighting.
Yep.
Advent looking to take point. Hasn't had a huge impact so far for ViCi, and will at least get the information by showing some shoulder, but Orman comes in to save his day. Back to the 2v2 we go. Advent looking to create some space, but there's the trade. It's a 1v1 now. Attacker gets it done, and TYLOO send it into the half. That's going to be the 8-7 scoreline. It's neck and neck as we get ready to go to the second, but before we're just a quick old break, we'll see you in a second.
Light shine so hard they can't take it.
Dancing with my fear, burning with desire. We gon' take it to the edge and come alive. Go wild and cry, just to feel that fire. We gon' turn up in this place and come alive.
What a tantalizing matchup this was as we headed into map 1 of Inferno, and nothing has changed as we get to halftime here. Have a look at that stat. Orman 22 and 8. Jamyoung also very, very impactful for ViCi on that CT side, but in the end, they do only manage to get those 8 rounds. TYLOO also 7 on the T side. Probably a little bit better than we had expected from them, given that they had some struggles yesterday against D13, and ViCi's been looking so good in this tournament up to this point. But yet, here we are, 8-7 on Inferno, and really, at this point, anyone's game.
Neck and neck. It is TYLOO's map pick, and if they are unprepared on a map like Vertigo, then this would kind of be a must-win for them, because they definitely want to be pushing themselves onto train. So far, so good. It is just a 1-for-1 for both sides as ViCi start to make their way through second mid towards apartments. Being challenged by Slowly and Danking, the 2 new additions for TYLOO, looking reasonably confident to try to take some duels with the USPs, but now somebody's rotated over, and it is just 2 apiece on each side for TYLOO.
ViCi have lost their entry fragger though, so they'll probably be looking to maybe someone like Kaze to fill that role here. He's been sort of one of the smash bros, I guess, with Zoking, someone that we've seen working together with him. Danking does manage to catch Orman though, as he's just messing around on the T stairs. Now Summer is going to recognize that it's going to be a push into the B bomb site and will help on out. It's Attacker to find the first frag. Jamyoung down, and he gets another one even before he does fall. This is a pistol round that ViCi would rather forget. A 3-on-1 for Advent. And what we know about Advent is that he's not the kind of guy that is going to make this one happen. 25 seconds left on the clock. Tap away. See if he can get that headshot onto somebody. But really all he's doing at this point is confirming the suspicions of TYLOO that there is no chance of a bomb plant. And so they're going to wait the round out here. Eventually finish him off as he peaks. And 8 apiece is the scoreline.
I feel like ViCi, after losing that pistol, are less liable to go for a bit of a force like TYLOO did in the previous half. Nice shot from Danking there. Love to see some sharp pistoling work. Interesting that Slowly's gone all the way down second mid there. And there you go, ViCi. Indeed, they do not force. They will just take a full Glock save and look to try to buy AKs and armor in the next round.
Can't really expect too much from ViCi in this one. And that's the ideal start to the second half for TYLOO. Hopefully, they'll be able to build that money up and really get the ball rolling and make life a bit more difficult for ViCi, and what would, at this point, then start to become a deficit. 9-8 is what TYLOO's looking for. Advent fires a couple of shots off with that Deagle, but doesn't connect any of them. Danking holds down the spray. In the end, though, Zoking does manage to overwhelm Attacker. I wonder if there's any more frags that ViCi's going to be able to pick up here. Looks like Slowly is not going to have a bar of it as he finishes off the final 3 kills, and 3 of which go to the MP9. So that's nice in putting a bit of extra cash in his back pocket. 9-8, ViCi going for the purchase here, and it does look to be AKs across the board.
ViCi do get themselves a buy together. Some decent amounts of utility here. Very key to have that utility on the T side and CT side of Inferno, just to be able to fight for map control, especially over towards Banana, but it also definitely helps you out in the late round. On the T side, you want to use it to go for those executes. On the CT side, you want to use it to disrupt those late round pushes. Sometimes it can even win you rounds in some of these key choke points. Jamyoung taking bracket by himself with some assisting flashbangs from the boys in ViCi as the rest of the lads do move towards Banana. So a bit of a 1-4 approach. Probably will end up in a lurk through jungle side from Jamyoung. But actually the rest of the boys joining up with him in bracket now. And it's sort of drawn away a 3 stack from TYLOO. This could work out great for ViCi if they hit this timing nicely.
The thing is, though, there is this turtle in sight. That's going to be Danking and Slowly. The only thing that could be the problem here is Danking has the AWP, so going for those multiple frags is quite hard. However, this position he's in, up at Nifty here, is very nifty indeed.
Oh, yeah. Seen it many a time.
No room for error, though. With how many Ts are about to get in the face of Dan King, he's got to be hitting every single shot.
He's supposed to be the next upcoming star from China, so we'll see what he's going to be able to do. Maybe he'll be eclipsed by Slowly, who just finishes off Zoking and Advent like it's no problem at all. Here's Dan King's chance, though, as he spots the first out and deals with Jam Young. Now Orman goes down, and Dan King, that's a highlight reel for him. 10-8, and TYLOO, the two youngsters coming into the roster, have just easily held the A site against ViCi, the best team in Asia.
I'm getting Splashski vibes now, boys.
Oh, that's not the first time we've heard that joke today.
Get some new material, Mac. You bloody cone head.
Oi, Cone Man, okay? Cone Man.
Cone boy, I think it was.
Cone beta male, that's what I reckon.
Oh,
I will bench both of you. I have 2 hands and you're 2 skinny little boys, all
I've
right?
just down some fried chicken, Mac. I don't know if that's a good idea.
I've gained about 5 grams. I'm shorted. I've got a metabolism.
That's pretty much 10% of my body weight, I'll have you know.
Body fat percentage skyrocketing for Elfish Guy.
That's right.
However, I will say, TYLOO also on an upward trajectory here. 10-8. Economy doing quite well for them. ViCi going for a bit of a half buy here. Looks like a wrap towards jungle side.
He's in a strong position, managed to take one away, but not going to be any match for Jam Young with the Deagle, who gets a second opportunity, but will not get to safety as he tries to strafe in to Archers. There it is, just going to be the 2 remaining men making their way forward. CZs need to be reloaded, but now Orman snatches away an M4A4. But can they snatch away around? Big shot coming out, the man's on fire. First half is huge, but all the aggression going to be punished. Now it's all up to somebody who finds the first head. Can he get a second? 1 bullet, maybe 2 there onto Advent, who's just buying so much time. His position is known and somebody spots him shoulder peeking. But still, there's so much time remaining. He's got that kit. He just needs to close the distance. Going up top.
How has he done it?
He's done it! From that position, and ViCi caused the upset on the pistols.
Beaten by an IGL.
How are you going to do Advent like that, Meg?
Dude, listen.
Just talk.
Every time I see Advent in a 1v8 clutch, I'm like,
He was low HP. He had a CZ.
No, leave Bob alone.
Listen, Bob had a go at me. I had to go and find him, chuck him in a fryer.
Show Bob who's boss.
He's just taking him out at the back and see you later.
I've knocked him off.
What a clutch from Advent, though. Beautiful stuff with the CZ75. And just the way that he danced around that pillar.
Very
Incredible
elegant.
stuff. Yep. Didn't think that I'd be saying this, but Advent's a great pole dancer.
Look, I didn't really think that you were going to say that either. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Jordan's almost spat out his water, but now it's going to be me doing the spitting because a bit of action is around the corner. ViCi just deciding where they need to go. You've still got somebody solo over towards Banana now. Just waiting on a pretty aggressive line, all things considered. If he doesn't hit this shot, the wallbang could get some damage, but still a flash, and he's going to go forward. So absolute confidence shining through the cracks now. And again, just might go for the wallbang. There's the opportunity. But with 40 seconds, ViCi now targeting that A site.
Making their way up bracket. Dan King spamming through the smoke, doesn't find anything, but now pressure onto Slowly, an attacker who's going to throw down itself down a one-way.
Yeah, pretty smart. Keeps that Molotov from doing too much. Summer has already found 2 heads. That's great work from him. But ViCi will continue to work their way into the site. They're not aware that attacker is still in pit. Luckily, it's traded down. But still a 2-on-1 here for somebody. And once again, he finds himself in that dastardly situation.
Jam Young in a strong spot given his health points there, but somebody could be spotted. That scope is very long, at least makes a huge amount of noise now, but can't land the final shot just yet. Kaze on site needs to clutch this one, and he's going to keep Jam Young alive as well, going very aggressively there. It is the tie now, 10-10. ViCi, they've brought it back again after TYLOO had a pretty solid start to the second half.
Yeah, 2 late round situations going the way of ViCi on that A bomb site. Similar state of affairs, and that's put ViCi straight back in the driver's seat on Inferno here. TYLOO They were going to have to take a save, but they've opted not to do so. They're going to force up. They want to try to get back in this game right here, right now. Oh, Bob.
Again.
I'm sorry.
I need a dinner. I just sent Summer a message on WeChat. I asked him, look, mate, I'm still hungry. I need another chicken, please. And he's like, no worries, Elfish Guy. I'll send Bob right over.
So kind.
Press F for Bob.
Such a hospitable man, Summer. Now look at this ViCi. They are uncontested at the top of mid. TYLOO have gone for the stack, and now they need some information. So Summer wants to head into the top of Banana now. Just one smoke. Might just even draw some extra rotations, but TYLOO heavily invested there. One at the edge of apartments, and slowly in a strong position next to the hay cart. Will he be caught in no man's land? This smoke allows him to re-aggress further, but ViCi looking to go for the A-Rap, it seems.
They are. There's only 2 players here in position for TYLOO. The rest of them stacked up towards B. ViCi wrapping through jungle side. It's a much more high percentage kind of play up against a pistol round. I think they believe they're fighting against an anti-eco here, especially with the loss bonus. You wouldn't expect TYLOO to force in a round like this. And it's got to be slowly and danking again to basically 2v5 on this A site. But this time, there's going to be no AWP or M4 for them.
Kaze working forward slowly. Will fall. Thought the CZ might be dangerous, and the same in carpets, but Jam Young has no problems there either. And ViCi just walk into the A bomb site. Let's be real. That's an easy round for them. They're going to go up to 11. And once again, TYLOO facing a deficit.
They're not going to contest the round at all from this point. Just happy to stay solid, set in stone over towards that B site and carry forward a couple of weapons to have any extra chance and maybe even hold a B push if it does come through. But so far, ViCi very focused on that A site almost every time.
Yeah, that force really hasn't done them any favours. They're going to have to take another save here. That's going to allow ViCi to build up a hell of a lot more money. They've got 5 players surviving here. Then there's going to be another anti-eco. By the time this is all over, especially if TYLOO don't get any kills in the next round, ViCi's going to have like 8k in the bank. Then TYLOO, how many gun rounds you got to be winning at that point? What, 3, 4 in a row? To finally put ViCi in a position where you can reset their economy?
So the real question I would like to ask at this point is, Pilly, what did you actually get for your birthday?
Look, it's really
It's been a rough
exciting.
day.
Like, I got a pair of shoes.
Dude, I love shoes.
I love shoes too. Why don't you love shoes? What's wrong with shoes?
I wear them all the time.
Well, it's the same pair of shoes that I've had for 3 years, and they were so broken that
Nice.
my roommate just bought me another pair, the exact same size, except these ones just aren't broken.
That's so
The soles
thoughtful.
were beginning to fall off.
Cool.
I wish I had a cooler answer for you guys, honestly. You know, I bought myself a new microphone for our podcast, Jordan.
Turning 24 must suck.
It actually does. Like, I am just slowly dying. For any of you out there, I hope you're younger than me. It doesn't get easier. Relish it while you've got
It's
it.
too real, Billy. It's too real. Shut it down. Shut it down.
Sorry, it's great, you know. I'm surrounded by my friends and family. Definitely not casting a game of Counter-Strike on my birthday, because I'm just too busy, aren't I? I just have a massive party. All my friends are here.
Yeah.
It's great.
I mean, you talked about slowly dying. I kind of feel like that's TYLOO at the moment. ViCi's walking into the bomb sites, no worries at all.
Oh,
Slowly gives a moment of hope, but it's really just a moment. And
I thought you were about to jinx it, Jordan, saying slowly was dying, and then I saw him with that deagle, and he had the angle, and I thought he was going to multi-frag like the other round.
You realise I'm 4 years older than you, right?
Mac,
Just had to hold my tongue for a little bit
look, Mac, it's not all about you, man, honestly.
look, let's be
It's
real.
my birthday. Okay?
And
can't
I'm
just say that.
sure Jordan and Kev sung you happy birthday earlier.
No, we didn't.
Why not?
We did the party popper thing, though.
It really is just the worst birthday ever. This sucks. But
Did you
this is a great game of CS to distract me. And it just continues to get better. TYLOO, that's an AK that somebody's saving. He's going to be able to take that over into... Oh, Orban, how is he so switched on? He knows! Somebody was trying to get something out of the fridge.
Who?
What was... It
Who's-
wasn't birthday cake.
Definitely not.
No.
That's in the fridge here in the ESL studios in Sydney.
Okay, look, we've been off the rails a little bit in the last couple of rounds. Luckily, it's a gun round coming here. 10 to 12. TYLOO's got to get back on that horse pretty quick. Otherwise, ViCi's just going to run away with this, and the map's going to be over.
Yeah.
And all we'll remember from this is that we ate Bob for dinner.
Well, he tasted good, so let's just remember that.
ViCi, it's a Fnatic smoke here at top of Banana. You're going to use that to try to get up closer. Orman, look at the confidence of this man. And why wouldn't you be? He's on for the 30 bomb.
You can see just how confident somebody was as well, though. Just nade in hand, jumping over the smoke there. No worries in the world. But now Summer will rotate back in. ViCi looking like they're going to go for an earlier bust. This time, Util thrown Zoking, wanting to go forward, but fully blinded Summer. An opportunity, but he's going to be shut down, and it's up to somebody now to get it done. Zoking goes down, and that's going to be the B site defended perfectly for the moment. So much time fought now as somebody will fall, but slowly comes in and is on the line to deny the cross.
Jamyoung gets an opening over on the A-bomb site as well. Now, do they expect attacker in pit? That is the key question. The answer, of course, after we see that is no. ViCi was already on the rotation over, had Jamyoung opened up the A-bomb site, but now this leaves them with a couple more questions.
Good timing on the flash, but as you can see, attacker has re-aggressed through Diggity, just clearing out all of Racket, all of mid, all of apartments, and they know now. They know.
The run boost.
Yeah, Kaze's across. He's planting the bomb. It gets worse for TYLOO, doesn't it? Attacker's got himself a smoke, so they could smoke off Nana. But Kaze just shuts down slowly before any of that utility can even be used. Attacker has to now do it himself. The crossfire's too good. ViCi's up to 13-10. And TYLOO's probably back on the save here, if not just Pistol Armor.
That was their last opportunity to try to swing the tides and try to get back into the game. They might have one more, but they're not going to have the money this round to go for the full buy. But it seems like with Dan King going for that scout that they're at least going to half invest, maybe even over invest. No, 2K still in the bank, so still looking nice and healthy there in terms of economy.
They had no smoke for the cross. That run boost was extremely impressive. And I have to say, I bet you that TYLOO were glad that Kaze is putting them out of the serve with this AWP, because I would not want to be getting into close quarters combat with him when he's got those dualies.
Well, hopefully the dualies have an impact, because we would all love to see it. Always a bit of action, but it's Jamyoung providing. Attacker actually coming in, shutting them down just at the perfect moment.
Advent, though. Look at this positioning. He's read the rotation quite nicely. Does cop the tag, though.
It's just aggression on all fronts, everywhere, awkwardly. Advent will walk back to his death.
You can see it happening, boys.
It's the dynamic duo from last round, though, to 2v4 it. And it's a 2v2 on this A-bomb site, all things considered. But attack has been rock solid for TYLOO in the pit.
He's been the pick of the bunch, 21-16. Orman and Kaze on their way in, and that's a nice tag. Attacker forced to challenge. What's Slowly going to do with a scout? Nothing is the answer. And 13-10, that's very quickly looking like it'll be 14-10. There was a chance for TYLOO, but no longer. Orman is just too good, and so too is Kaze.
Orman is nuts. He just put an absolute stop to that 2-man advantage that TYLOO had. Unfortunately for TYLOO, they didn't play that one together. They didn't have established crossfires. Attacker let them creep up. Diggity just that little bit too far. And Orman, perfect play on the rifle to get a 14th on the board for ViCi.
Kaze is pretty good, too.
Yeah, he went all right.
2v2s, 2v4s. What's the rest of ViCi even here for?
Can you imagine? Exactly. I'm about to make that point. You're somebody right now. You're 6-16 against TYLOO. You're like, oh, crap. But then you look at the scoreboard and you're up 14-10. Thank you, ViCi. Making my life easy.
All right, well. ViCi, they're creeping up towards this A side of the map. Not interested in contesting towards Banana. And Summer's actually got some information over there with somebody. But here comes this carpets pop.
Very nice from Zoking. And Jamyoung will follow suit. Dan King, can he salvage it? And it's too much, of course, with that many ViCi players on the bomb site. And TYLOO are just going to have to give this up. It's going to have to be map point. Money is just not there to allow them to go for a retake right now.
It looks like ViCi is starting to reach new heights, which is pretty relevant as we are about to head to Vertigo, it seems. TYLOO, nothing left in the tank. At least they'll be able to carry 2 rifles forward. They've got the round loss bonus worked up, but ViCi, they've got money for days and should be able to close this one out in the next couple of rounds.
I would agree with that. It's going to be quite hard for TYLOO to put together a decent buy in the next round. You're just looking at it. Not much money, not much cash in the bank. Jam Young. Why wouldn't you at this point? You've got so much money.
Well, he only had 7 HP. There was no hope to get away there. Just trying to play clutch for a little too long. But as you stated, that's not a huge hit to the finances. Kaze almost maxed out. He was before he purchased utility. This half has just been so one-sided for ViCi.
All right, TYLOO, they got to win 5 in a row. Already 2 of their players don't have much utility, and those are 2 of the players over towards this A side of the map. So at least Summer and somebody do have access to some utility to try to exert some pressure over Banana. I don't know how much pressure you're under as Allman. Even if you do cop a nade for 34 damage, you look how confident he is, just running straight up into Summer.
Oh, huge nade to Summer as well. 2 nicely placed shots might just finish him off. Somebody reacting with that smoke in hand, and it looks like ViCi. They might just be going for the jugular nice and early here. Push comes through now. Summer up top. Won't be able to buy the time. It's going to be somebody mashing straight through the smoke now. Summer from above. The death is there, but Allman again continues to impress. As ViCi, they've got full control of the site, but they don't have a man advantage.
Allman's down. It's on to Kaze. His rifling has been impressive here in Road to Rio, so I wouldn't be counting him out just yet, but a few angry TYLOO players ready to deal with him, and Dan King just goes straight through that molly.
No respect.
None at all.
Diffuses the bomb, and that's going to be an 11th for TYLOO. They upgrade some lackluster weaponry into some great guns, AKs. They've got an AWP on Dan King now. But ViCi, they're not running out of money probably for the rest of this half, looking at things.
They are running out of time to close this one out as TYLOO get round by round a little bit closer. They finally found one after a huge amount of rounds were strung together.
Oh, ViCi. May as well call their first tactical pause here.
Why not?
In the 27th round. Advent needs some time to think.
Hasn't really been too difficult for ViCi up to this point. There was a period, though, at the very start of this map where TYLOO was kind of going a little bit crazy, and so I'm surprised that they haven't actually caught a pause at all. Obviously, this second half has been really smooth sailing for ViCi. That's actually the first one they've lost since the gun rounds actually came out. I don't know that TYLOO's feeling too comfortable just yet.
I don't think you're comfortable until you're on 19.
That may be true, especially when Vertigo's the next map.
Yes, they need Inferno here, unless they've got some secret Vertigo strats that I'm not aware of. Should be a pretty safe bet for ViCi, especially the way that they're playing. Again, Fnatic smoke to the top of Nana from ViCi. They want to send Allman up there, and he's itching to get involved in the action.
And again, the aggression starting to come through from Allman. A spectacular performance here on Inferno. And he's not done.
A couple of flashes do allow somebody to keep an eye on sandbags and recognize that ViCi is still in Nana. But ViCi have taken control of that area of the map now. Are they going to just hit B without any control of brackets? It seems like that might be the case. It'll mean a quick rotate across from Dan King, who was spotting that area. ViCi now just going to flash themselves through the smoke. TYLOO playing back of sight. Just give this one up by the looks of things. So Summer is sitting in that smoke. And it's really a case of timing here, whether or not anyone is watching his position. Somebody gets slammed in the face, and Summer will surely fall here as well. It's 3 on 5. The retake must come out for TYLOO. They're facing map point.
And they're taking so long on this rotation. Slowly an attacker, only in CT now. But Dan King, He needs to go forward. They need to go together. They've got 5 men to get past before they even get to sight. And Kaze, he's going to put a stop to it already. It's all up to Attacker now.
Yeah, I don't know that he's going to be able to do this one, Matt. 1 on 5, not against ViCi and not today. That is map 1 going the way of ViCi 16,